Hi, Risa. Thank you so much for making the time to have a quick chat with me today. Not least because you're multitasking at the moment, looking after your toddler at the same time as working for a little bit to take this time to chat with me. So thank you. And hi to Marley, your little one. So I just wanted to grab a little bit of your time today so that we can spread the word about the competition that we're running between us at the moment, which is to win a free place on your Sleep Rehab program, which starts next week, I believe. Yeah, that's right, isn't it? So for those that have worked with Founded Wellness over the years, you may already be familiar with Risa because she is our resident sleep expert. And it's been probably about 5 years, I think, Risa, that you have been sharing your sleep education and workshops with Founded Wellness clients and with the rest of the world. And you know, I honestly mean it when I say that I cannot get enough of what you share, and I really think that it is most days that something that you have shared, a little kind of bit of wisdom or a fact, that it's most days of my life that something comes to mind that you've kind of shared with me or with clients of ours that helps me in this day-to-day you know, support of my own self-care, and obviously the way I try to kind of look after my sleep, which is particularly of an issue because I too have a toddler. Although, of course, that's one of the more obvious reasons why maybe sleep might be a bit of a struggle. And of course, there are a whole kind of big gamut of reasons why sleep might be tough. How's Marley doing? Is he all right?
Yeah.
Speaking of toddlers. Peppa Pig. Okay. So, Risa, I just wanted to ask a few questions today, just so that we can sort of share this opportunity. And I want to sort of start with, you know, how did you become the sleep expert that you are today?
Well, first of all, thank you and Founded Wellness for your support. And I'm so excited to be doing this competition with you for Sleep Rehab. I come to this work from a very personal place, having struggled with my sleep for a big part of my life, kind of culminating in my 20s, where I was having sleep paralysis at night, which is a parasomnia where you basically are asleep, but you feel like you wake up, but you're frozen in a sleep state. Your body's physically frozen. So it can be quite scary. And then in the daytime, I was having what they call excessive daytime sleepiness, which is actually the medical term for it. And I was basically a mess. I went to various doctors and I was sent to different sleep labs where they hook you up with electrodes and monitor you overnight. And I came away from this experience just being prescribed medications that masked my symptoms rather than really getting to the root of what was going on. So I was literally given something that was meant to help me sleep at night that would knock me out. And then I was given something to help me stay awake in the day, which was it's kind of a similar drug to Adderall, but not quite Adderall. Anyway, I felt horrible. It really just made everything worse. It was untenable because it was like uppers and downers. It was very Valley of the Dolls, not the way to be living. And I just got off all the medications and I frankly just gave up. I just thought I'm always going to be tired. This is just part of who I am, like almost like it was a personality trait. You know, like, oh, some people have energy and some people are tired. I'm one of those people that's just always going to be tired. And it wasn't until years later, when I first did my yoga training years before that. And then shortly after that, I did a training specializing in sleep therapy. And the funny thing is, I didn't go to that training with myself in mind. I just thought, oh, this will be a nice feather to have in my cap to help my yoga students or to help friends and family in my life that I know have insomnia. That's how much I had given up on myself. That's how much I had just thought it's too far gone. And doing this training just opened this whole door of there was so many things that I could be doing to help my sleep. And unfortunately, there were so many things I was inadvertently doing that were making my sleep problems worse. And it's not an exaggeration to say my sleep has completely changed. I would now consider myself a good sleeper rather than a bad sleeper. But most importantly, I now know what to do when I've had a bad night's sleep, because it's not about being perfect, especially, you know, when you have a toddler and you have those times where you wake up really early and you're exhausted and okay, well, what are the things I need to do to recoup for the day? I feel like that's what's so that's what's so important as well, because it's not about perfection, but really like making sleep and rest work in our real lives and how we live. So, you know, obviously I work with you, and I work with clients one-on-one, and I've done group therapy programs before. Sorry for the noise in the background, Marley related. I've done programs before, but this is my first time bringing this particular program online. I've done other different types of coaching programs online for clients, but this is the first time doing this. And I'm so excited just to be able to bring it to people, because so far, just even who I have signed up in it, Marley, don't play with the computer. You want to say hi?
Hi, Molly. Oh, hello. What a cutie.
You want to sit with me? You can sit with me. Can you sit with me for this?
Of course, yeah. Molly's welcome.
So anyway, what I was saying is, it's nice because I already have a really interesting group. I have some people joining from the States, I have some people joining from the UK, and just to be able to offer it online and get people, you know, from all over to be able to take part and help improve their sleep.
Yeah, I love that. And I love that where you're coming from is from a lived experience as well. Even with your, you know, your training aside, it makes such a difference. I think when you're learning from someone, if they truly know what the challenges are and have been on their own journey. Amazing. Okay, so as yesterday was World Mental Health Day, I thought I'd take the opportunity to ask you what you can say, and I'm sure there's a lot, so just perhaps pick some key takeaways. You know, what can you say about the role that sleep plays in supporting mental health?
Yeah, that's why I actually did a post about this yesterday. It's just that it's completely inextricably linked. So when you are having issues with mental health, there will always be some kind of impact on your sleep. And you might have noticed this, if anyone listening, you know, has suffered with anxiety or depression or anything, you'll notice that your sleep changes. And when you're not getting good enough sleep, this can have a negative impact on your mental health. So when we're tired, we're more likely to feel alone, more likely to feel helpless, more likely to just struggle. You know, everything just feels harder, feeling more vulnerable. And then long term, not getting enough sleep can lead to heightened cortisol levels, so higher stress. And then this can have a knock-on effect and exacerbate any maybe existing mental health challenges that we have. One thing that I always point out when I do the you know, calls with your clients as well is, it's really interesting that the brain is actually most active in parts of the brain that have to do with our mental health and our emotional state and our well-being are more active in sleep than even when we're awake. So this is your REM sleep stage specifically. This is a stage that if you were to compare the REM brain to the awake brain, the activity is nearly indistinguishable. You're so active in that stage of sleep. This is the stage where your body is meant to be paralyzed, so you're not acting out all these actions. But especially in the parts of the brain that have to do with your mood and mental health, it's even more active. So this is why it's so important to really put our sleep first and put a priority on our sleep in order to keep our mental health doing well.
So a lot happens when we're sleeping then.
Yeah, that's only a small portion of it.
Yeah, okay, all right. And so we're here today to share this news about the fact that we're showing this competition and that someone can win a place to go on your sleep program, which starts next week, as I said. So tell me, who is this program for?
This program is for anyone who has just struggled with sleep issues, whether that means insomnia and bigger things, or whether that means maybe you're technically getting enough hours of sleep, but you're just not waking up feeling rested. Maybe you wake up in the night and you can't get back to sleep, or you struggle to switch off at night. All of these different elements. I've worked with people that have had a range of issues, whether it's been insomnia or restless leg or all these things. What's interesting is that the root of so many of these problems comes back to our nervous system. So a lot of the work that we're going to do is on learning how to regulate our nervous system, because this will have a cascade of just positive effects in our sleep, but hopefully in our waking life as well. So yeah, if anyone just has been frustrated, you've tried everything, you know, you've tried all the lavender lotions and potions, and you've tried maybe insomnia, sleep restrictions, which is something that's often recommended, or you feel like, you know, I've tried making this strict sleep schedule, you feel like you've tried everything and nothing's really worked, this program is for you.
Yeah, okay, amazing. And then, no, that's great. And that, I guess that's an important thing to understand, because I suppose there's so many different reasons why people would you know, have some feelings about their sleep. So I think it's good to know that this is you know, holistic and whole in terms of who it can help. You know, they're that kind of fundamental, right? These skills and tools that they can potentially help everyone.
I can add who it's not for, just also to say, you know, if you're coming into this and thinking it's going to be a quick fix, it's not that. You know, you need to be able to.
That's the medication
process. Right? Sorry?
That's the medication route, right?
Yeah. Exactly. If you are, you know, if somebody comes to me, thank you. If somebody comes to me and they're currently on medication, I still can work with people.
Yeah.
That have that. One of my clients that's already signed up, you know, she's in that situation. I'm not going to tell you to like quit your medication tomorrow or anything like that, but it's just, we're trying to get the body in a good, safe place, nervous system wise, so we can start to undo some of those dependencies.
Yeah. Okay. Amazing. That was a good thought. Who it's not for. Okay. And so, what does it entail? So this is just kind of practically, what's the time commitment? What are people gonna?
So it's a 5-week program. So how it's gonna work is that when somebody signs up, we'll do a one-to-one consultation initially. So I'll do a call with them. Sorry for all the crinkling in the background, all the bags of snacks that toddlers have. I'll do, so here's the main thing I think people need to know about the course. It's not, I don't even want to use the word course, even though I just said that. It's really more of a bespoke sleep therapy program, because you're not going to come and show up and just have to learn things and figure out how to put it into place yourself. We will have a one-on-one consultation, and I will give you a custom sleep plan that is specific to your sleep problems, your challenges. Then over the next weeks together, we will start to learn all about, you'll then learn the tools and start putting the habits in place. So it's not about it happening all at once. It's like very slowly, you're going to start feeding these things in, because that's how habits are best formed, you know? So we're going to spend 1 week working on, you know, bedtime practices, and another week working on daytime practices. And this will just slowly unfold. And you'll have that plan that you can always look back on. It's custom to you. And then in addition to that, once a week, we'll have a group call. So we'll actually have 4 group calls, because the first week is more of just like getting your plan, doing that. And each week you'll have a group call where you can ask questions. We'll have a bit of a practice in it. If you can't make the live group call, that's totally fine. You can email me questions ahead of time and you'll still have them answered, and you can watch later. The information itself is no more than about an hour a week. Definitely no more than 2 hours. So say like an hour to 2 hours a week. It will be in video format and also audio. So if you prefer just to like listen on like a podcast and walk around, and that, I totally get that. You can do that as well. And then you'll have a few practices per week that you get to try out and do. So it's not like you have to do everything at once, and you'll have access to this whole library.
Love it. Okay, sign me up. And then finally, Risa. Okay, so tell us, if someone who's watching this now is currently experiencing some like a tough time with their sleep, what is your message to them? So not necessarily their advice, like practical tools and advice or anything.
No, I mean, my message is that you don't have to suffer being tired. You know, that you don't have to suffer with poor sleep. That if you find yourself in that situation, you're not alone, and you shouldn't feel bad about it, because it's so, unfortunately, so common. It's more rare that I meet somebody who says, "Oh, I sleep great." That's the rarity. Most of the time when I tell somebody what I do, they're like, "Oh, I need your help," or "Oh," and they start telling me what's going on. So you're not alone in it. But my biggest message to people, this is what I just want everyone to know, especially from, thank you, Marley, especially from, dealing with my own challenges with it and feeling like I was just always going to be tired, is just knowing now that it doesn't have to be that way. And you don't just have to always be tired. There is a better way.
So change is possible.
Change is 100% possible. Not just my own story, but all the clients I've helped over the years. You can turn this around.
Amazing. Okay. Well, thank you, Risa. So to be in with a chance to win this place on Risa's sleep program, you can enter your details through the link that's going to be with this video. You don't need to share anything, like posts or anything like that. We want to make this really easy. So just fill in the Google form. We'll have your name and your email address, and you'll be entered into the draw. And of course, if anyone listening or watching is interested in workshops on sleep with Risa, or a corporate version of her sleep rehab program, then of course do just let us know. So Risa, Marley, I'm going to leave you there. Thank you so much for your time. And yeah, we will.
Also, your clients have a discount as well. So if anyone just wants to just automatically sign up.
Yes, yes.
You don't want to leave it to chance?
Yeah, I'll add that into the notes, but you're absolutely right, Risa. Thank you so much for that discount. So you can book a place on Risa's sleep rehab program and use the discount code FW100 for £100 off the program. So thanks, Risa. Really appreciate that. All right, we will see you soon.